Hi, this is Courtney and this is the Frugalarian.com channel. You can find me at Frugalarian.com with a link to all my videos. This is my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk to you about no spins, different types of no spins, and some benefits and challenges of no spins. I'm not going to get into the weeds on this because I don't want to get too complicated and take up a lot of time, but there's some different types of no spins. And those would be a day, which is what I'm doing now, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, a weekend or a couple of days in a row, or choosing to do a week, a month, or maybe a year or an extended period of time. And how they would differ is in a shorter period of time, you're probably going to do a complete no spin. Like, you're just not going to spend money at all. And with a month or a year or a longer period of time, you'll probably have parameters around that. So for instance, I did a year no spend, and I focused on no clothes, no shoes, no jewelry, costume jewelry. I'm not a big jewelry person, but let's say I thought I needed a pair of earrings. I might spend 10 bucks on a pair of earrings or 20 bucks. No jewelry. And also no books. And that was a really tough one for me because I'm a voracious reader. I love to read, and I often will pick up something and don't like to read it. I also used to love to read magazines, and the truth is I just find them to be a waste of money because I tend to Google anything I want to learn or know about, and I spend more time reading blogs and stuff now. So those are the different types of no spins, and I want to talk to you about some of the benefits of no spins, and then we'll talk about what I'm doing right now. So some of the benefits of no spins are it makes you question your spending, and it really, what it does is it just puts that pause between you spending mindlessly or you spending and you thinking about, do I really need this? Is there an alternative? Could I do this a different way? And so that was the one thing. It also stops sometimes unnecessary stress. And I'll talk to you a little bit about that as well. Let's go ahead and get into that a little bit. So I'm on a no spend today. My life has been getting really out of control with spending, and it's not that I'm out of control, it's that circumstances have caused a lot of crazy spending. My car has broken down, not broken down, it had to have maintenance, and then the CV axles had to be replaced. I'm on my third CV axle, which doesn't seem right. Just doesn't seem right to me, but they seem to act like it's normal at the Subaru dealership, and I do have a lot of miles on my car, so maybe. But anyways, that was $1,700. And then my donkey, yes, I said donkey, we live on a farm. My donkey had a toothache and her leg got hurt, and we had to call the vet out for that. My husband's truck broke down, and we're building this small cabin for my son, and it has gone way over budget, and there's just been a lot of unexpected things we didn't know would happen. And what that mainly was we pretty much knew everything that would happen on the cabin because we built this house, and then I have actually done building projects before I met my husband. So I've built a house before, I've done several major remodels, and we did pretty good on that. The problem was my husband was going to do a lot of the labor, and our roofing business has gotten really busy, and he has been having to work so much. He's actually up there now, but we've probably spent an extra $4,000 on labor, maybe $8,000. He's estimating $4,000. There were some other things that we forgot to add into the list, and that's going over. So we had also a couple of family members borrowed some money from us, and I don't really want to get into that right now. There's some that I will loan money to, some that I won't, some with parameters. Sometimes I just give it. But anyway, he loaned some money to family members, and we have a couple that owe us money. And so I was just feeling like this has got to stop. We just have to put the tourniquet on and stop. And so I decided that this week I was going to institute some no spend days because that makes me feel like I'm gaining back control. And then today I had everything planned out. I realized I get really busy this morning working on a project, and I tend to do this. I'll get super focused, and I'll look up and I'll realize I haven't eaten like the whole day. And so I had to just grab something really quick, run out the door, and go to work. Well, it was 2:30 or 3 before I had lunch, and I had to decide. I had somewhere to be. It was 2:30 when I got off. I had somewhere to be at 4:30. that was 45 minutes from my work and my house, and it was like in a big triangle. I had to decide, do I want to drive 30 minutes home to eat at home, or do I want to go somewhere in town near my work and eat and then just drive to my destination? So I thought about it and I was like, no spin, I'm going to go home. So I ran home, I ate. It's better food anyway, and then my mom wanted me to eat dinner with her because we were going to look at a property, and I didn't want her to buy my meal because my mom is living on a fixed income. So anyways, I agreed to eat dinner. But then after we looked at the property, the restaurant my mom wanted to go to was closed. And I just said, I'm just going to go home. So I did end up following the no spend, but I thought I was going to have to break it. And tomorrow I have a planned no spend as well. I simply won't run errands. I will work from home, go to work, and come back home. And that should really help me. And then Wednesday, I have some things I have to do. I have a ton of errands. I know there's some expenses that are coming. And Thursday, it'll be the same as today. I'll focus on being home, working at home, working out at home. And that's the other thing. It just saves a lot of unnecessary time, and it cuts down on decision making. You know, in this day and age, we are focused with so many choices that sometimes just not having a choice is a blessing. We get like decision fatigue. So that is one of the things that I really like about it. It limits your choices. It limits the mental energy you have to spend on things, and you can move things around. So if you know you're not going to spend, you might say, well, on this particular day, I'm going to run all my errands, and then you batch everything. And you do tend to spend less like that, actually, if you kind of have a plan rather than just willy-nilly going out. So one of the challenges of no spends is that you will plan things and something might come up that challenges your no spend or that you didn't have. And so I wouldn't encourage people to be like, let's say you're planning your no spend and a long lost friend calls you from out of town. I wouldn't say don't go out. I mean, go ahead and go out. You know, do that, but be mindful of how much you're going to spend. So let's say that a long lost friend comes to town and they want to go out to eat dinner. Maybe you suggest a cheaper place, or maybe you eat before you go, and when you get there, you order like a bowl of soup and salad or something inexpensive. You're just being more mindful. You know you're going to spend less if you don't not spend at all. And that's one of the it also reduces the decision fatigue there. The other thing was that, let's see, excuse me for that. So no spend, or when you're on a budget even, that can limit you. They help you kind of set parameters about how much you're going to do. And I'm particularly thinking of a friend right now who was trying to really be on a budget. She is trying to get out of debt. She has a lot of student loan, and she's done a great job. I'm just super proud of her. She hasn't used credit cards in years. She sold a house that she owned that was a rental, and put that money towards all of her debt, and she's got her only student loan debt is left. And so I'm super proud of her. But what she did was she needed a washer and dryer. She was looking at washer and dryers, and she knew minimally she was going to be out like $750. So she took some time. She said it was a little bit more trouble, but she found a way to do it, and she found a good used washer and dryer online. I think she said she spent $125. She said, you know, we had to clean them and they work great. One has a dent, but it's in a closet anyway. And she said it was very satisfying. And that's the other thing about no spends. Sometimes if you need something and you have to figure out how to get it, like for instance, let's just say I needed a sweater and I didn't have one that would work. So what I would do when I was on the no spend for clothes is I would sell my clothes, and I gave myself a caveat. I couldn't buy anything new, but I could sell something and use that money so that I was at net zero, meaning I didn't spend any money to replace that item. So I might sell some of my clothes, use the credit, and get a sweater at a thrift store or the boutique secondhand store that I was going to, and that works great. We're about to do that with our boat. We have a boat that's worth about $7,000 to $8,000. We're going to sell that boat and buy my dad's boat for $3,300 and use the difference to pay on the house. We're instituting a no project plan next year, which would mean no new projects for a year. We cash flow a lot of things on our farm, but we're going to really focus on paying the farm off next year. So just having that discipline and those parameters of we're not going to spend money on any projects. Maintenance for the farm, yes, but no projects, no new buildings, no barns, nothing like that. No new tractor, make do, figure it out, make it work or do without. So I hope this has been helpful and good information. I will tell you some of the happiest times of my life are when I do these challenges, because it reduces my decision fatigue, and it takes up it reduces my mental bandwidth, if you will. I don't know if I said that right, but you guys know what I mean. It reduces mental energy just to have systems in place. So thank you for being here. Again, you can find me at frugalarian.com. And if you like this, subscribe and come see me again. Thank you. Bye.